So CES is happening, so I'm going to take some time off game development to quickly check out these presentations and just give my take as a game developer. It's kind of like what reactions
Happy New
to
Year!
what's happening.
Welcome and thank you all for joining us today. At AMD, we're always pushing the envelope on high performance computing. We launched a
No,
database
we
that
don't.
and capability
Ryzen AI,
beyond deep part this
OpenAI,
year. Right.
irrelevant.
Personal AI processing up to 60%
Yeah, okay.
higher NPU performance. We've gone from 10 to 16 tops with a total top 40
Show me the product, guys. Come on.
deliver AI for all.
Show me the product. Show me the product. I'm not seeing
Assessment
anything.
performance and portability. Important
Okay,
power our kind, the
portabilities.
ROG Zypers King and ever.
most
ROG.
handheld
Okay,
gaming
now we're
consoles.
here.
We're broadening the desktop form factors and lowering the barrier of entry for gamers. And those game
Okay.
experiences come to life through our close partnerships with the world's leading game developers. I'd like to introduce Yannick Rosner and Charles Tremblay from CD Projekt Red, the developers of the extremely popular Cyberpunk 2077.
Hi Jack, it's great to be here with AMD today.
This is fantastic.
And scalability across handheld device, mainstream PC, and N2 together.
Talking about handheld devices, that's okay. Oh, okay. Now, this is something interesting. So the Radeon 7600 XT is going to be coming out with 16 GB of RAM. Now, most graphics cards right now are around the 8 GB RAM mark, right, on the market. So if you're a game developer, you have to factor that in. So with 16 GB becoming more commonplace due to the push from the graphics card companies, means that you can make better games with more resources, and even your smaller games will perform better. That's cool. Not that I think that 16 GB is
Ready
yet at mass adoption. So optimize your games, guys. Optimize.
for your applications. Let's look at the growing AI PC leverage the complete increasing phase.
Totally irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. Totally irrelevant.
New Ryzen
Okay, now this is where things get interesting. When it's done, shit, nothing of value happened. Okay, well, that's done. Let's see what Nvidia had in store.
Welcome to our world,
Okay,
where
now Nvidia, what are you going to draw? What did you do? Okay, blah blah blah. Talks about their history, what they've done. Oh yes, this is interesting.
Sometimes I wonder if we're all just part of some elaborate cybernetic dream.
Okay, it's kind of bullshit. It's basically AI voice acting which responds to player conversations, which is good. I think it's kind of okay, but I'm not going to add that into any game that I'm developing right now. But technology is technology.
500 RTX game.
Nvidia flexes on RTX being in more games. That's respectable. It's a nice technology for getting better graphics. Will it make a shit game good? No. Can you live without out? You can live without it. But hey, technology has to move forward, and I think ray tracing is a useful little tool.
Is an app sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Will be coming.
Now, DLSS is important because it increases frame rates. It goes back to what I was talking about with VRAM. Like now, as a game developer, you don't need to do as much optimization. Of course, please don't. I still don't think that game devs are being a bit too willy nilly with using these technologies as a crutch, but they are important. And yeah, I'll probably make a video about quote unquote fake frames with DLSS because all frames are kind of fake. But anyway, let's move on. Don't care, don't care. Cool, lots of cool games with DLSS. Blah blah blah, irrelevant, irrelevant. RTX has been around for a while, we know about that. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. New super cards. These are nice, but keep in mind when you're developing, most of your users are going to have 3060s if you're developing for PC alone, of course. And regardless, a game has to be targeting around 3060 if you're planning to develop for consoles as well. So these cards are nice, but as a game dev, not useful when it comes to customers. Now, for using it as a development tool, these are good. I'm actually going to be building a PC, so having these more powerful cards does help. But just because it runs well on your graphics card, like you can see here, the Super with 98 FPS, probably with DLSS. How many people have 3080 Ti's? It's a really small section of the market. I also know that the die on these is bigger when it comes to the ray tracing parts, so they're better at ray tracing and a bit better at rasterization. Buying one for development, big thumbs up, big yes. For anything else, questionable at best. Using this as a benchmark for what your users are going to have would be a terrible decision. Okay, more and more and more, and they're done. Okay, that's the end of this video. It's just like a small thing. I think CES hasn't had enough happening, nothing crazy for game devs, but this is good. The market keeps making incremental performance increases. That's good enough. AI isn't yet ready to be used in games. It's just not yet ready. If you are fast adopter and you want to implement this in your game, do so. Let's see. But my problem with AI is going to be limiting it, because in my game world, players don't have unlimited time to have conversations with bots. That's why I prefer voice actors just coming in, making their lines. But hey, that's just for me for now. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for now. This sponsor. I have to put in a sponsored segment. I should totally never forget that. So this video and pretty much everything in the channel for now is sponsored by, oh snap, is cough, is sponsored by my current game development course. I'm calling it Unreal Engine 2.5D platformer beginner friendly from Hyperdev. I have 20 students right now, which is cool. I don't know if the number is going to be higher, but essentially you're learning how to create a 2.5D platformer. Oh, let's just play this. Oh, is Udemy trying to increase? Okay, let me zoom out again. Let me let it play in lower resolution. Yeah, so essentially I just teach people like how to. Welcome to the Unreal Engine. Oh my goodness, be silent, my brother. I'm already on mic. Silence. Essentially takes everyone through learning how to plan out your game, blueprints, and eventually art and animation. It's like a pretty solid thing. Beside that, be cool and have a good week ahead.